Moments away from kickoff at MetLife Stadium, and for more on the decision to start Gardner Minshew, we send it down to Amanda Balionis.
Thanks, Andrew. Well, hats off to the Philadelphia Eagles for keeping it under wraps that Gardner Minshew would be their starter. I've been told that Jalen Hurts will be on the sideline today, but Minshew took 90% of the snaps during their walkthrough yesterday, so this is less of a surprise for them. As for the New York Jets, I talked to the leader of their defense, C.J. Mosley, today. He said, yeah, no, we did not prepare for this. He obviously brings a whole different element and skill set to this offense, but we got to be prepared and stay ready for that Minshew magic, Andrew.
All right, you can see Minshew is fired up. And yeah, the Jets prepared all week to take on Jalen Hurts in a series where the Jets have never won a game. 0-11 all time against the Eagles, who won the toss. They elected to defer. Braxton Berrios on the return. Berrios across midfield. Berrios inside the 20 and tackled there. What a start for the Jets. Marcus Epps made the tackle after an 81-yard return.
No flags, no uncertainty, and you talk about a sprinter speed, just a lane opens up right in the middle, and then Braxton Berrios weaves right, weaves left, finally gets taken down right outside the 20-yard line.
Just
that
a
is a
massive
huge hole.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Berrios, with that electrifying speed, has given the Jets golden field position to start this game. They spotted at the 21. Tevin Coleman at running back. Elijah Moore goes in motion, and it is Coleman inside the 20 and pushed back right there. So Zach Wilson coming off a win a week ago in Houston, a game that Robert Saleh said he managed well. The numbers don't jump off the chart, but he did have his first career rushing touchdown, making his 8th start of the year. Has not thrown a touchdown pass since week 4 against Tennessee.
I love where Mike LaFleur, the offensive coordinator, is going. 4 wideouts in this formation.
Wilson's first throw is to Coleman out of the backfield. He stumbles, gets back on his feet, and picks up the first down. Alex Singleton forces him out, but the Jets move the sticks.
You get a little bit of motion. That motion signals that it's man-to-man coverage, and then what you do now is you make that the linebacker cross over the top of the receiver that's running the short underneath crossing route. So nice play design by Michael LaFleur, and a nice easy look for Zach Wilson to kind of get things going under his feet.
There is LaFleur, who now is up in the coach's box as opposed to the beginning of the season when he called plays from down on the sideline. Wilson right back to Coleman. Coleman to the 5. So all 3 plays have gone to Tevin Coleman. Connor McGovern with a good block there. Well, James mentioned this in his keys to the game. The Jets have been brutal in the first half of games this year. Minus 124 point differential. A chance to set a good tone today. Coleman inside the 5 and tackled at the 3. TJ Edwards on the stop, and it's 3rd down.
And you heard Amanda talking about the walkthroughs that the Eagles have had. Well, the Jets do a lot of walkthroughs, but they didn't imagine starting the game on the 20-yard line. So this is new territory for some of these plays.
No huddle. Wilson end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Elijah Moore. And that is Zach Wilson's first touchdown pass in 2 months. Week 4 against Tennessee. It snaps the longest drought in the NFL, and for Elijah Moore, it's his 5th touchdown of the season, but the first time that he's connected with Zach Wilson, a duo that Jets fans hope are together for a long time. And now, making his NFL debut, the Jets' new kicker, Alex Kessman, and his first attempt is no good. So yesterday they cut Matt Amendola, Alex Kessman, the new kicker, and same old. But the Jets are on the board first. Wilson to Moore, and the Jets are up 6-0. First time this season that Zach Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass in the first half. It goes to Elijah Moore, and the Jets, after that big kick return from Berrios, jump out to a 6-0 lead. So Kessman, who played collegiately at Pittsburgh, missed the extra point, now kicks it away with Jalen Reagor back deep, and he will let this one go. And before the Eagles come out, let's go back to the touchdown pass.
Yeah, if you look at this look, it's a balanced look with two receivers here, and this safety right in the middle has to decide which side of the field he's going to defend. He gets frozen. The play fake freezes him, and that ball is thrown right to Elijah Moore, right on the money, and it's a good chest-high catch so where he doesn't have to extend himself.
Wilson 3 out of 3 on that drive, and now the first start as the Eagles quarterback for Gardner Minshew. He's played only in one other game this year, mop-up duty in the win over the Lions, through 2 passes, completing both of them for 11 yards. And Minshew, nowhere to go, busted play.
I talked to Gardner before the game, and I said, will you be under center more? Because normally you think of the shotgun formation for the Eagles. He's under center that time, can't even turn around to get the play fake to hand the ball off.
Last time he started a game was last December when he was a member of the Jaguars. They got blown out in Baltimore. He has made 20 career starts with a 7-13 record. There's Jalen Hurts watching from the sideline. 2nd down and 10. From the shotgun, Minshew looking to the air. It's a screen, and he's got his tight end. That's Goddard with a first down. Finally brought down by C.J. Mosley, but a big pickup for Dallas Goedert. It covers 16 yards.
While they are in the shotgun, the ends are not going to have to worry as much about the quarterback run to the outside, the read options. That time they charged up the field, so they took advantage of that charge, trying to get to the quarterback in the pocket to throw a screen pass. So nice play call, nice execution.
Goddard only had 1 catch in the loss right here a week ago against the Giants. Here's Miles Sanders, his first carry. Nice running by Sanders across the 45 and down to the 46. Another tackle for C.J. Mosley as we take a look at this Philadelphia offense, and a change at right guard as Jack Driscoll is on IR with an ankle injury, so Nate Herbig makes the start at right guard for Philadelphia today. And you also have to keep an eye on the center. Jason Kelsey was banged up a week ago with the right knee injury, went out, came back in. And there he is. The Eagles need him. He is their emotional leader on the offensive line, 34 years old. Quick pass, and another catch for Goddard, and another first down. Shut that out of bounds by Bryce Hall. For the Jets defensively, C.J. Mosley is having a real nice season. He leads the team in tackles with 88 on the year. And he told us on Friday when we were at Florham Park, the Jets training facility, that he feels like this is the best season of his career, mentally especially. He says what Robert Saleh has taught him about watching film has changed the way that he's prepared for opponents this year, and he said he's playing a lot faster because of it. Minshew keeping it on the ground with Sanders. Another nice run for Miles Sanders. Mosley on the tackle, but Sanders runs it out to the 36-yard line.
You know, I'm always interested when I watch teams warm up and what they do. A lot of double team blocking going on by the Eagles during pregame warm-ups, and that's really what gets this offense going. The double teams between the tackles and the guards and center. They're so effective at it, they push you all the way back into the linebacker.
2nd down and 1. It's a play fake. Minshew taking a deep shot for Goddard. He's open. He's got it. And he's got a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, what a drive. A 36-yard score. And Minshew all fired up with his first touchdown pass as an Eagle.
why not take a shot on 2nd and 1? You figure you can pick it up running the ball if you don't get a completion here. And once again, C.J. Mosley, one step forward throws you out of position to cover somebody as fast as Goddard.
That is Goddard's first touchdown since week 4 against Kansas City, his 3rd of the year. And now Jake Elliott is out for the extra point, and that's right down the middle. So what an answer by the Eagles, and Gardner Minshew connecting with Dallas Goedert, and Philly takes a 7-6 lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by LL Bean. Be an outsider. Honda, the power of dreams. And by Crown Royal. Join us at kickoff with crown.com.
American Dream Mall right next door to MetLife Stadium. Holiday season here in New Jersey, and what a drive for Gardner Minshew. 61 yards passing for Minshew on that drive, and all 61 to Dallas Goedert, who now has gone over 2,000 receiving yards in his career. Berrios, after a 79-yard return, officially on the opening kick, looking for more daylight across the 30 and down at the 32, a 28-yard return. Well, this week, NFL players are wearing custom cleats in honor of the causes they support through My Cause, My Cleats. Text MCMC to 635-635 to hear the players' stories, bid on their custom cleats for charity, and learn more about how they're making a difference in their communities. So many great charities are represented here by both teams today, and Elijah Moore is wearing cleats to support mental health. Very close friends, former roommates with A.J. Brown, the Titans wide receiver. And Zach Wilson hands it off to Coleman, who sneaks through to the 34-yard line. But A.J. Brown going public earlier this season that in his battle with depression, he had suicidal thoughts last year. And it was Elijah Moore who he said helped him the most, just as a friend to listen, to help him through that. And we met with Elijah Moore on Friday, and he said how he still talks to A.J. Brown every day, proud of him, takes a lot of guts to do what he did, but a lot of people feel that and don't talk about it. He's very happy that his dear friend A.J. Brown did that and is feeling better. 2nd and 7, and that pass is incomplete off the hands of Jamison Crowder. Time for our first NFL Today update. Here's JB and Boomer Esiason.
Cordarrelle Patterson sets this up, Boomer.
That's right. Mike Davis is going to take this 17 yards against this Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense. They're going to tie the score. Tom Brady threw a touchdown pass on their first series. 7-7 back to Andrew, James, and Amanda.
All right, Boomer and JB, thank you very much. And we're back with a 3rd and 7 for the Jets. Wilson, quick pass, and it's caught by Corey Davis. That's good for a Jets first down. Davis was a question mark today because of a groin injury. He did not play in last week's win over the Texans.
Davis was so excited to be back. We saw him at practice on Friday. He told me he was trying to stay warm the whole practice so that he didn't re-injure himself.
Now behind the play, Fletcher Cox is down for the Eagles. We're back after this. The veteran Fletcher Cox was able to walk off under his own power, now getting some attention on the Philadelphia sideline, and the rookie Milton Williams has come in to take his place after the Jets picked up a first down with 8:16 to go in the first quarter. 118. First down and 10. They swing it to Moore. Nice catch. Moore, nice move after the catch, and tackled in Philadelphia territory by Jannard Avery.
Andrew, one of the things I'm kind of keeping my eyes on is what the safeties are doing to try to disguise the defense before the snap so that they don't give Zach Wilson an easy read on their secondary and what coverage that they're in. So these two safeties, Rodney McLeod and Anthony Harris, are moving around quite a bit. They have to make sure that they don't get themselves out of position.
2nd and 3, and a lot of movement up front. Our first penalty marker of the day. Our referee today is Clay Martin.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 94. 5-yard penalty does result in a first down.
That goes against Josh Sweat. But James, just going back to your point about the pre-snap disguise, that's something we talked about with Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon. They don't want Zach Wilson to be on autopilot. And when we asked TJ Edwards about it, he said, look, there is an art to the pre-snap disguise. You really have to be poised that that's where you're going to be on this play and then hustle to get back to where you're really supposed to be. As Wilson goes right back to Elijah Moore, wrapped up by Darius Slay. 4 straight passes for the Jets.
That last pass, as simple as it was, kind of demonstrated the arm talent that Zach Wilson has, because he zipped that ball out there in front of Slay, who is a dangerous defender to throw against.
Wilson has started 6 out of 7 for 40 yards and a touchdown. Coleman trying the left side. Turns the corner. Nice run for Tevin Coleman. Still going. Tevin Coleman with a bulldozing run for the Jets. He gets 16 yards and another first down. Harrison Sweat on the tackle.
Before Tevin Coleman got to the corner, he did a little dip inside, and that froze the defense. And then after that, it was all about the speed. Got outside, got those shoulders squared, and got as many yards as he could uphill. Because after contact, there's still some yardage to be gained.
Coleman already with 6 touches in this game, 4 carries and 2 receptions. Ty Johnson in at running back here on 1st and 10. And here goes Elijah Moore with blockers ahead. Moore inside the 20, cuts it back at the 15, and he's down right around the first down marker. Rodney McLeod on the tackle as Moore followed the blocking of fullback Nick Bawden.
You know, at the tail end of this play, as we're watching it from up high, we think, boy, he's going to get in the end zone. But it's a great job slowing it down up front and then getting the pursuit coming from the inside, and guys hustling to get there and make that play. And Elijah Moore, you can look at what he's done in the last 5 ball games, really been on fire, come in and played the way that a lot of Jet fans would have loved for him to have played the entire season.
Just came up short of a first down. It's 2nd and 1. Johnson, and he's got the first down. Back to Elijah Moore. You know, Mike LaFleur said they're putting more on his plate. They feel like they can trust him more now as a rookie. He's got a better grasp of the offense. But when we asked Elijah about it, he said, look, that's part of it, but I'm also understanding defenses better. And I feel better about the speed of the game now. And this is why these final 6 games are so important for so many on this Jets. They're a young team, and as Zach Wilson told us, the more reps he can get, the better they'll be off for next year. 1st and 10. Wilson. And that's Crowder inside the 10. Crowder to the goal line, and he is down at the 1. Ryan Griffin pleading his case. He thought Crowder got in, but they mark him just short.
Between Elijah Moore, Crowder, and Barrios, you've got kind of guys who are undersized but extremely quick, and you could see that quickness by Crowder on that last play.
Jets go no huddle. Wilson under center, trying to do it himself. No signal yet. Jets tried to go quickly, and Wilson looking for his 2nd consecutive week with a rushing touchdown, but he comes up short. And once again, the Jets go no huddle.
Sometimes a little step back and then going forward can help when you're not the biggest guy to push.
Wilson again. Still no signal.
He's got to look in the pile and see where he is.
And now they say touchdown. It's about as most anticlimactic touchdown that we've been involved in, but the Jets will take it as Wilson scores and New York back in front.
Okay, I'm going to put on my coaching cap. I missed the first PAT. I want the points. Do I go for 2 here?
Well, I see your point, but also you got a kid playing his first NFL game. Don't you want to try to give him some confidence?
I want his confidence when
he's
kicking off.
Kessman in his first NFL game, he went to training camp with the Chargers, but did not attempt any field goals in the preseason. And he was signed to the Jets practice squad a couple of weeks ago after Amendola struggled against Miami.
And now the long delay on the review of the touchdown. Maybe the review officials are trying to ice him a little bit.
Missed his first extra point. 23 years old, from Clarkstown, Michigan. The 8th different Jets kicker in the last 5 seasons. And number 9 might be here soon. Wow, 2 missed extra points for Alex Kessman after they cut Matt Amendola yesterday. And Robert Saleh, he's seen this movie before. 12-7 Jets.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy and by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Beautiful December day in the tri-state area, and with 3:18 to go in the first quarter, the Jets have a 12-7 lead. 24 points in the first quarter of games this season, and they already have 12 today. Should have been a couple of more. 2 missed extra points. Rager on the return. Spins at the 25 and tossed down at the 31. Well, on Tuesday, the Eagles held a virtual pep rally with the Francis Hopkinson Elementary School as part of the NFL's Fuel Up to Play 60 program. The Eagles also presented the school with a $5,000 hometown grant for their efforts in practicing healthy eating habits and staying physically fit. So great job this week by Jalen Hurts, who we told you is inactive today, but he went to Newman Goretti to meet with them, a high school football team. They lost in the state playoffs on Friday night, but Hurts was telling us yesterday how inspiring his visit was with them, even though the kids were so pumped that he was there to see them. As Goddard has another catch, jumping over defenders and picks up a Philly first down. Quincy Williams on the tackle.
The Eagles' defense is totally off balance. You prepare for Jalen Hurts. You expect this power run game, and they come out, the Eagles do, and they hit you with passes, deception. So far, the Eagles are playing well.
Jets defense prepared for Hurts all week. Sanders on the carry. There is Jalen Hurts. We talked to him yesterday. He told us that, yeah, he was going to have a lot of treatment, but he gave us the impression that he thought he was going to be out there when we met with him about 24 hours ago on Zoom.
Yeah, I'm certainly not playing poker with him.
No.
He had me convinced.
Eagles do have a bye next week, so it'll be 2 consecutive weeks off for Hurts as Sanders takes the handoff, trying to turn the corner, and he cannot. Quincy Williams had him wrapped up. And what a pickup Quincy Williams has been. Former teammates with Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville. The Jets claimed him off waivers after the preseason, and he's second on the team in tackles.
You know, a lot of fitting in on a team is about how well that team uses your individual talents. And Quincy Williams is a sprinter playing linebacker. He can run as fast as almost anybody on the field, and that suddenness with which he plays. And look at the Eagles. Everybody's up within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's the deep guy right there, headed to center field.
Minshew on third down over the middle. It's caught for a first. There is a flag down after the reception by Quez Watkins.
Illegal use of the hands, hands to the face. Defense, number 93. Penalty's been declined. It's first down.
Penalty on Kyle Phillips, but it is a first down for Philadelphia.
It's that hand right up on the chin of Lane Johnson. You know, Lane Johnson played quarterback in junior college. And I asked him on the field before the game, said, you have any more quarterback snaps left in you? He said, no, but I can still throw the ball a long ways.
6'6", 325 pounds.
It'd be a big quarterback rolling out.
Minute to go in the opening quarter. Minshew back to the air. And he takes the check down to Sanders. He's got a lot of room to run. Another Philadelphia first down. Escorted out by Jarrett Davis after a 12-yard gain.
What a nice catch by Sanders. You think of a wide receiver crossing the middle, and he's going, oh, the ball's high. I don't want to get hit by anybody. Well, maybe Sanders hasn't had enough experience to know that when that ball's high, he better watch out. But there's nobody around him. Pulls that down. Nice reception.
Minshew still has not thrown an incompletion. He's 6 out of 6 for 95 yards. Sanders and spun down at the 30. Still have not seen Boston Scott in this opening quarter. He did not practice all week because of an illness. I think Sirianni told us yesterday he was hopeful, but Scott had flu-like symptoms all week, but he is active. So if we see him later in the game as the quarter runs out. We are through one on CBS. Jets 12, Eagles 7. We're back right after this. Back at MetLife Stadium, start of quarter number 2 with the Eagles driving. They trail by 5 after 2 missed extra points by the Jets. Second down and 9 for Gardner Minshew. And the screen to Gainwell. Blockers ahead, but Mosley is there. Big stick by C.J. Mosley. And C.J. Mosley's been all over the field, as you've grown accustomed to if you're watching the Jets.
And I think one of the things that we're pointing out when he's been all over the field, he got up all the way up to 250 pounds early in his career when he was with Baltimore. He's down to 230, 235. Said it really helps him run and have that speed endurance that you need to have during the course of a ball game where you can go fast each and every play.
Already 4 tackles for Mosley. Third down and 4. Minshew. Goddard's wide open, and Goddard has another touchdown. Now the Jets just haven't covered Dallas Goedert so far in this game, and he has made them pay.
Well, you had a little rub right off the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers, and you ran a little scissors concept where they cross each other. And watch Scott come in there, just bumping Guidry just enough, and at the line of scrimmage, doing it legally, that Goddard was wide open.
First career 2-touchdown game for the big tight end from South Dakota State. And now Jake Elliott out to attempt the extra point. And he is good. What a start for Gardner Minshew. 8 out of 8, 125 yards, and 2 touchdown passes, both to Dallas Goedert. Well, the Eagles have been running the ball so well with Jalen Hurts at quarterback, but he's out today. They only have 19 yards rushing so far, but Gardner Minshew has not missed, and Dallas Goedert has found a lot of open seams in that Jets defense. Philadelphia back in front 14-12 with Elliott kicking away to Berrios, and this one is a touchback. Dallas Goedert's career high in receiving is 101 yards. He's already got 98 today.
And you saw that little play action and then the screen. And Goedert does a nice job allowing the blockers in front of him to do their job. And here he just high points the ball, gets a little bump in the back, has a touchdown. And then the run play, another touchdown.
averaging 44 yards per game. And off to a monster start here in week 13 against the Jets. Coleman is the running back, takes the handoff up the middle, and Tevin Coleman with a first down run. Marcus Epps on the tackle after a 15-yard pickup.
Tevin Coleman attacks the line of scrimmage with a suddenness, and that hole is there. You can see a body on a body. That's what offensive line coaches preach, and even the wide receivers getting involved down the field.
Wilson, play fake, fires over the middle, caught by Moore. Oh, a strike from Zach Wilson, and Elijah Moore has been a popular target today, and that is a 29-yard gain.
Elijah Moore catches the ball almost like he had on a baseball glove, where he just kind of snags it. It's a little off target, coming hot. He just sticks that glove out there, well, actually two hands, and just snags that football.
Listed at 5'10", 178. And he's already got 4 catches and a touchdown so far. Wilson hands off to Austin Walter, his first carry today. He scored his first NFL touchdown a week ago in Houston. How about the quarterbacks so far? They've combined to start 16 out of 17 for 3 touchdown passes.
It makes it easy when you're calling plays and your quarterback is hot, because you figure out that he can almost do anything that you're going to call.
Denzel Mims is the motion man, returning after missing the last 3 games because of COVID. Pressure's coming. Wilson gets rid of it. Screen to Coleman. Coleman to the 25. Good awareness there by Zach Wilson to get rid of the ball quickly. Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon spent the last 3 seasons as the Colts cornerback coach. Nick Sirianni coming over from Indianapolis. Zach Wilson's hit on 9 of his last 10. But looking at 3rd down and 4. Wilson over the middle. Crowder's got it. 1st and goal, Jets. A 20-yard pickup for Jamison Crowder.
You know, the Eagles' strong point in their secondary are their corners, Darius Slay, Steve Nelson, and then the slot corner, Avonte Maddox. That time Maddox lined up against Crowder, but Crowder, with some really good shakes, was able to get open.
So much made, and we talked about it in our open, about the first half struggles for the Jets this year. We asked Zach Wilson about it, and he said, look, I just got to let it rip from the start, and he was doing that so far today as Coleman takes it inside the 5. Ridgeway on the tackle for the Eagles. I'd say, you know, last week Robert Saleh's words were that Wilson managed the game well. It's a different feel to this Jets offense.
It really is, and I'm looking at what they've thrown out there. You have 3 wide receivers, Moore, Crowder, Davis.
Wilson, Coleman, nice move to the 2, and he doesn't get any further. Marcus Epps with another big hit for that Philadelphia defense, and it's 3rd and goal.
You know, it's funny, when you look at safeties and the safety position, safeties have gotten smaller, but I think they've also gotten stronger. Marcus Epps listed at 6 feet, 198 pounds, not the biggest guy, but he turned into a wall right there at the 1-yard line.
And you have to wonder what Robert Saleh is thinking now about his kicker, who's already missed 2 extra points. Does he consider this 4-down territory? Not there yet. It's 3rd and goal. Wilson to the end zone, incomplete. Moore was open in the back, but could not hold on. It is 4th and goal, and nobody's running on the field for the Jets. So we know how Robert Saleh feels.
If you look at the shadows in that direction where this ball is thrown, I was down on the field before the game. That sun was bright, but it's right off the fingertips of Elijah Moore.
So Saleh is going to go for it after his kicker missed 2 extra points. Wilson to the end zone, caught, touchdown, Ryan Griffin. Saleh rolls the dice, and Wilson with the answer. And I don't think we're going to see the kicker again. Jets are going to go for 2.
There was 0 recovery time when you are that close to the goal line. You take a half a step forward, like Alex Singleton, number 49, did, and you're lost in coverage at that moment. So great play fake by the Jets, and a good touchdown for them.
2nd touchdown this season for Griffin, and now the Jets 4 out of 8 on 2-point conversions this year. Last week, a nifty one with Josh Johnson, who was the backup last week, but today Joe Flacco is the backup. Wilson, incomplete. Intended for Jamison Crowder, and Anthony Harris had good coverage on that play. So the Jets find the end zone, and they regain the lead. Zach Wilson, 2 touchdown passes, and New York on top, 18-14.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Amazon, where you can find epic daily deals. Geico, you could save even more by bundling home and car insurance. And by Domino's, get great deals on pizza, bread twists, chicken desserts, and more.
A lot of Philly fans made the drive up the turnpike to MetLife Stadium. 2nd straight week the Eagles are playing here. Lost to the Giants a week ago. It's just the 12th team all time to play regular season road games in the same stadium in consecutive weeks. And that ball bounces at the 1. Rager races to pick it up, and a disastrous special teams play by Philadelphia.
Jalen Rager was reluctant to run this ball back. He lets it bounce over his head. You've got to go back and stand in the end zone and catch that ball in the end zone if it's coming, or let it go over your head once you're at the goal line, not at the 5-yard line. The ball just doesn't bounce forward just because you want it to.
I listened to a lot of Philadelphia sports talk radio this week, and I got a feeling that play is not going to sit well on the phone lines this week. So the Eagles will begin this drive at the 6-yard line. Hand off to Sanders, and he spins his way up to the 10. A little bit of daylight there for Minshew to operate. What a day it's been for Gardner Minshew. 8 out of 8, 125 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Protection in the pocket. The run game that hasn't really started going yet is something that was on the mind of the Jets. So those pass openings are there, and Minshew's taking advantage of it.
Goddard with the 2 touchdown catches. And it's 2nd down and 6. Minshew, another completion. That's Devontae Smith. What a stiff arm on Quincy Williams. And a 1st down for the 1st-round rookie out of Alabama. NFL Today update. Here's JB and Boomer Esiason.
All right, guys, how about Justin Herbert on the day? 11 of 15, 172 yards, 3 touchdown passes. They go for 2. It's successful. 24-0 Chargers over the Bengals. Back to you guys at the Meadowlands.
Wow, big surprise there, Boomer. Thank you. Minshew nowhere to go, and tapped down by Elijah Riley, the former Eagle who was signed off the Philadelphia practice squad less than a month ago. Riley starting for the 3rd consecutive week. What a story it's been. Grew up on Long Island, attended Newfield High School, and dreamed of playing for the Jets one day.
Dreamed of wearing number 33.
2nd down and 10. Gainwell juggles it, holds on, and Gainwell picks up a 1st down. Kenneth Gainwell, the rookie out of Memphis, with a 15-yard pickup. And for more on Elijah Riley, let's check in with Amanda.
You know, I asked Elijah just how surreal it is to be playing for the team that he grew up going to their training camps at Hofstra and then in upstate New York. He said, honestly, the little kid in me is freaking out all the time. I used to play Madden.
Flags out. Shaq Lawson had the tackle. We'll get back to Amanda in a moment. Well, it looks like Lawson.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense, number 50. 15-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
Yeah, costly penalty there on Shaq Lawson. All right, Amanda.
Yeah, sorry. So he used to build himself as a New York Jet, number 33, because that's what he was in Pee Wee football. He said, so for me to be back here and actually bringing that into fruition is completely surreal, and it's just the best feel-good story no matter who you cheer for.
Amanda, you and I saw him running around the field. He was going about 100 miles an hour during pregame warm-ups.
Yes, he was, and I think you're going to see that from him for the rest of the season.
And when we met with TJ Edwards, the Eagles linebacker, yesterday, the way that he spoke about Riley, his former teammate, getting an opportunity with the Jets, spoke volumes about how everyone feels about Riley in this story. Minshew play action. And scrambling, chased by Lawson. Minshew, he's got that capability. Nick Sirianni told us, look, he's not going to run like Jalen Hurts, but he can still run, and we see it here.
That mobility, you see it with all the young quarterbacks that come into the league. Very rarely you have a, quote, pocket passer, somebody who's just stable, who can't get out of the pocket, who can't make those moves. And Gardner Minshew right there, he can make you pay. He realized it was man-to-man coverage. There was an alley to get through, picked up 9 yards.
6 minutes to go in the 1st half. Jets lead by 4. Sanders, the running back, on 2nd and 1. He gets the call. Sanders has the 1st down, looking for more, and cut down at the 30 by Ashton Davis. Another NFL Today update. Let's go back to Boomer Esiason.
All righty, Andrew. How about Jared Goff? 6 of 8, 103 yards, 2 touchdown passes on the day. This one to tight end Brock Wright. They lead the Minnesota Vikings 14-6. Back to you guys at the Meadowlands.
All right, trying to get that 1st win of the year. That was the only other game that Minshew played in, was mop-up duty against the Lions. He was 2 out of 2 for 11 yards. Minshew finds Gainwell. Gainwell at the 25, and he's got another Eagles 1st down. Tackled by C.J. Mosley. Well, CBS Tuesday from executive producer Dick Wolf. These elite teams prove that justice has no borders. First FBI, then FBI International, and we finish the night with FBI Most Wanted. 3 unstoppable teams all on one night. The FBI's new Tuesdays starting at 8/7 Central on CBS. 1st down and 10, Eagles in the red zone. Gainwell. Right up the middle. Still going. Gainwell. Gone. Touchdown. Little dance in the end zone. His 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
That left side of the line with rookie Landon Dickerson and Jordan Mailata, about 700 pounds of people. And then you get Nate Herdig pulling around from his right guard position, getting the kick out block, the young rookie from Stanford. Look at that.
So there have been 6 possessions in this game and 6 touchdowns so far. Not a great day for the defense, but Elliott with the extra point, and the Eagles back up by 3. How about that? We've got a high-scoring affair at MetLife. Philly up 21-18. Nickelodeon Universe right next door at the American Mall, right here next to MetLife Stadium, with 4:30 to go in the first half. 21-18, the Eagles in front. Jets have had 3 possessions, scored 3 touchdowns. The Eagles have had 3 possessions and have scored 3 touchdowns as Elliott boots it away, and this will be a touchback. So Zach Wilson comes back out, 11 out of 13 for 103 yards. And when he missed those 4 games with a sprained PCL on his right knee, he said that when he was watching Joe Flacco, Mike White, Josh Johnson play, that he saw how fast and decisive they played. And he said to us on Friday, that's what I'm working on. I've struggled to have a feel of the play this year, when to check it down, when to run. The more reps I get, that'll certainly help. But James, he looks like all of the things that he's been talking about, he's putting into use so far today.
And he's getting some open looks from his wide receivers also.
Corey Davis the catch at the 28 and tackled at the 30. And certainly a key part of all of this for both teams is that man, Joe Flacco, who began the year with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts told us that he is so thankful and appreciative for everything Flacco did for him. He said his maturity and his voice in the QB room made it a lot easier for him to do his job. And then late October, the Eagles trade him to the Jets, and Zach Wilson has now said how much Flacco has helped him settle down, get into a rhythm, the intel that he's provided throughout his 14 years in the NFL. 118, what's up? Hand off to Coleman. And for an injury update, let's check in with Amanda.
A couple of updates for this Eagles defense. Steven Nelson, corner, is questionable to return with a shoulder. Linebacker Patrick Johnson also questionable to return with a back injury.
All right, Nelson, a starter, 1 interception on the year. See if he can make it back in. 3rd down and 3 coming for the Jets.
And Darius Slay has traveled with Elijah Moore over here at the bottom.
Empty backfield. Wilson looking Moore's way. Nobody there. Wilson is crushed. Josh Sweat with the sack on 3rd down.
That pass set by the offensive line was for a, quote, 3-step drop. So it's a quick pass set, and once that doesn't happen, and then Zach Wilson goes back, trying to exit the pocket backwards, he runs into Josh Sweat.
4.5 sacks on the year now for Sweat. And now we're going to have the first punt by either team today. Braided man.
Special home improvement sponsor of the NFL. And by BetMGM, the king of sportsbook.
That's medieval times right here in Lyndhurst. I went there as a kid. Still rolling after all these years. Medieval times.
So was that Green Knight from the Jets or from the Eagles?
Oh, baby. 2-minute warning. Each team has 3 timeouts left. And Sanders up the middle inside the 35. Coming up, Verizon Halftime Report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cower. All the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report.
Critical series here for the Jets to kind of try and slow this Eagles team down. Force them to kick a long field goal to get a takeaway to end this half.
1st down and 10. Minshew. And that is his first incompletion today. He began the afternoon with 11 consecutive completions.
You know, when the Eagles traded for Gardner Minshew, people probably in Philadelphia said, why are we trading for this guy? Well, remember, this coaching staff came from Indianapolis. And in the week 1 of 2020, Gardner Minshew playing against the Colts was 19 out of 20. So these coaches saw what he could do in person, and they were high on him. He's doing it right here in person again.
And now a stoppage. Our referee, Clay Martin. Nick Sirianni was upset with something on that last play.
And Nick Sirianni told us he likes to stay calm during the game, but he has a hard time doing that. He has that bulldog mentality he talked about.
Well, he said that's the biggest thing he's taken from coaching alongside Frank Reich, the Colts head coach. That Sirianni, even early in this season, admitted that during a game he would ride the wave too much.
Play clock to 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
And he said he had to force himself, and he's learned this year to be more even-keeled throughout the course of a game, and he credits Frank Reich with helping get that through to him in his time with Frank. Sanders on the carry. A flag is down from behind the plays. Quinnen Williams and C.J. Mosley make the tackle, and this is going to be a holding call.
Holding. Offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
That's on the rookie Landon Dickerson. First time he's been called for holding this year.
Just get a little bit out of position. That run was probably going to go outside of him. And when they cut back inside of him, he's there kind of hanging on in the wrong direction.
Robert Saleh saying this Philadelphia offensive line is special. And Nick Sirianni told us that he thought when he left Indianapolis he would never see another offensive line like the Colts offensive line. And he got here with Philly, and he thinks they're just as good, if not better. 2nd and 20. Gainwell again up the middle, and he gets a couple. Now, if you're the Jets, do you think about calling a timeout here, James?
Well, if you're the Jets, you're thinking about, if I call this timeout, we don't have a great field goal kicker to go with.
And now the Jets do call timeout. Wisely, because a lot of time would have came off. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this.
America! After the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro with its amazing camera. Like everyone that worked from home or welcomed a new family member.
They're all the dogs.
Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including up to $1,000 off the Epic iPhone 13 Pro.
They put 3 seconds back on the clock. Saleh did call the timeout. 1:07 to go. Jets now have 2 timeouts remaining. Don't forget, coming up, Verizon halftime report. All the scores and highlights with our crew on the other side of the river coming up on the Verizon halftime report as the Eagles are looking at 3rd and long. From here, it would be a 61-yard field goal for Jake Elliott, which would tie his career high.
So if the Eagles come up short and the ball's in play for the 4th down, you're going to use another timeout if you're the Jets.
Minshew has time. Wide open. It's Watkins. 1st down, Philadelphia. How does that happen? A 22-yard pickup.
Multiple crossing routes, and you're going to get guys rubbing defenders off each other. You're going to run here, you're going to run here, and you're going to bring this here. And once you do that, there's a lot of traffic to run through if you're trying to cover somebody. And there's the guy that slipped right there. Middle of the field.
Jason Pinnock slipped. 1st down, Philadelphia. Inside a minute to play. Gainwell on the carry. Another flag from behind the play. Mosley in on the tackle.
Kelsey, the veteran, is pointing at
During the run,
Eagles.
illegal use of the hands to the face. Defense, number 96. 5 yards will be added to the end of the play, automatic. 1st down.
And when you're an official, you listen to Jason Kelsey.
Yeah,
right there on the right side of the screen.
Marshall is getting some more playing time, playing in just his second game because Sheldon Rankins is out today with a knee injury.
So you had a player slip in the middle of the field, then you get hands to the face, get out of bounds. So this time is really benefiting the Eagles.
Sanders. And pushed back by that Jets D led by Quincy Williams. Nathan Shepard also coming up to make the play. And a little jawing afterwards. These two teams practiced together back in August. 2 days of practice before they met in the preseason, which ended in a 31-all tie.
So you had that little dust up, and the play clock was down to 30 seconds.
Eagles call timeout.
Well, I think coach is just upset that they didn't stop the clock earlier.
See the play selection today, and not what Eagles fans have seen over the last 5 games with the commitment to the run. Big reason why we know Jalen Hurts out today. But James, I just feel like we always talk about halftime adjustments. That's going to be a really important meeting in the Jets locker room coming up at halftime, because they are completely off balance against this Philadelphia offense today.
And I would think also the Eagles didn't expect the Jets to do this well offensively. Yes, they had a long kickoff return to start the game, but the Jets have moved the ball equally as well.
Second down. Screen. Gainwell slipped and could not get back up. A loss of 2 on the play. And Nick Sirianni calls his second timeout.
You're trying to get another screen in there, and just that losing your footing, trying to scramble back up at that point, protect the football, make sure that the guy doesn't come in and punch it out as you're trying to get off the ground.
And now 3rd down and 12 coming for the Eagles. They are 3 for 3 on 3rd downs today.
Devontae Smith on the single receiver side. Right there is that coverage is shaded over in his direction though.
3rd and 12. Minshew, Gainwell out of bounds and short of a first down. And now it'll be field goal time for Jake Elliott with 22 seconds left.
You know, Minshew read the coverage. He knew that they kind of wanted to go to Devontae Smith, but once again, that coverage is over there, that shell over the top of him did not allow for that. Take the ball short, get it out of bounds. Don't get greedy. Throw that ball up for grabs in the end zone. He didn't do that.
Earlier this week, Jake Elliott was named the NFC Special Teams Player of the Month for November. 31-yard attempt for Elliott. And his kick is good. With 19 seconds to go, 24-18, Eagles in front. Gardner Minshew leads Philadelphia to a field goal on that last drive. What a first half for him. 14 out of 15 for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the Eagles will get the football to start the second half.
So would you squib kick here or kick it deep?
Deep.
I knew you would. You've got a strong leg.
I waited till the ball was in the air to answer you, though. Well, the Jets have yet to lead at halftime this season. 11 straight games to start a season without a halftime lead is tied for the 5th longest all time, and barring some type of miracle play here, looks like it's going to be 12 straight without a halftime lead. And they are just going to take a knee. Important game for Philadelphia in the NFC playoff hunt. They are a half game out of the final playoff spot entering today. And they go into the locker room with a 24-18 lead over the Jets. Big numbers for both quarterbacks. Should be a fun second half. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. Halftime at MetLife Stadium, and the Eagles have a 6-point lead. A lot of offense in this first half. Not much to say about the defense. As we welcome you back into the broadcast booth with James Lofton, I'm Andrew Catalan. And James, the scoreboard has been a little busy here in the first half. What type of defensive adjustments do these teams have to make? And let's start with the Jets.
Well, I think what you want to do is you want to get after the passer, but if you're too aggressive getting after the passer, you're going to see the screen plays come into fruition. And once you do that, you're just off balance. And it was flawless quarterback play, 3 incompletions in the first half. If you told me that was going to happen, I would have thought maybe we're in a snowstorm and we'll only have 4 pass attempts. But these guys were so accurate in the first half. It really has the defenses back on their heels. And we still haven't seen any big plays out of Devontae Smith. So that's another weapon that I think that the Jets are going to have to worry about in the second half.
Smith has 1 catch for 13 yards. There's the kicker, Alex Kessman, who missed 2 extra points in the first half. And then on the 3rd Jets touchdown, they tried to go for 2 and failed. So we'll see how Robert Saleh handles this kicking situation down the stretch of the game as well. Jalen Reagor is not back deep to return this kickoff. It's Boston Scott. Scott did not have a touch in the first half. As we told you, he did not practice all week because of illness. Nick Sirianni said it was flu-like symptoms. He's going to have an opportunity here from his own 2-yard line. Scott, and he's hit hard out of bounds at the 15. That's special teams captain Justin Hardy in on the tackle for the Jets. All right, let's check in with Amanda Balionis.
Yeah, both coaches are really happy with their offense. Neither one of them were thrilled with how their defense performed in that first half. Coach Saleh telling me how Zach Wilson in this offensive unit function was exactly what they've been looking for all season. Happy to see that. He said defensively he was disgusted. Have to play more disciplined and stick to the fundamentals. As for Alex Kessman, he said, hey, we got to see what he can do in the second half. So expect to see him a little bit more than we did in the first.
All right, that's interesting. Eagles on the ground to start the half with Sanders and Quinnen Williams on the tackle for the Jets. Eagles had 74 yards rushing in the first half. This is a team that has rushed for over 200 yards in 3 consecutive games. Second and 4. Sanders again. He's got the first down. Nice running by Miles Sanders. Up to the 29-yard line. Elijah Riley on the tackle.
You know, the Eagles in the first half threw the ball exceptionally well. Gardner Minshew 14 out of 15. But still go back to the strength of this team over the last 5 ball games. It had been the run game. And sure, that's partly Jalen Hurts, but it's primarily the offensive line and how well they work together. And you can still see the run game is still effective with Gardner Minshew at quarterback.
Looks like Quinnen Williams jumped.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 95. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st and 5.
It is on Quinnen Williams. Robert Saleh saying earlier this week he thinks Williams should be a Pro Bowl player this year. Tied for the team lead with 6 sacks. And Williams had a lot of nice things to say about a guy on the Phillies side, Fletcher Cox. He said that he modeled his game after Cox, similar size, and loves the way he plays. First down and 5. Sanders, and he falls across the 35. Sanders now has 122 touches on the season. and no touchdowns. That's the most touches of any player in the league yet to score.
Three tight ends in this personnel group for the Eagles.
2nd and 3. Sanders trying to reverse field. Nice move by Sanders to get by Javelin Guidry. And he's going to be short of a first down, but that play was headed backwards, and Sanders with a great effort.
A run that had -5 written all over it turns into a 1-yard gain and a very manageable 3rd down situation for the Eagles, something that they got into a lot when they were a run-heavy team.
Most touches and most rushing yards for Sanders of all players without scoring a touchdown yet. 3rd down and 1 for Philadelphia. And Sanders picks up the first down. Tripped up by Elijah Riley, but Miles Sanders with a 6-yard run on 3rd and short.
Right guard Nate Herbig, rookie out of Stanford, filling in, getting his 2nd start of the year.
Well, Herbig now in his 3rd year, James, but I know the more important thing was that he went to Stanford. That's all you wrote down about him, Stanford.
But the other thing, he's from Hawaii, so he's got a lot of good things going for him.
Minshew has some time, and now we'll swing it to Rager. Rager out of bounds, forced out by Quincy Williams. All right, let's give you some more Stanford love. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, 2nd-round pick out of Stanford back in 2019. And he tied your single-season school record of 14 receiving touchdowns.
Which I was very happy about.
See, I remember it differently. I remember you rooting against him.
No, not true. I just wanted them to be able to run the ball effectively when they got down close.
He only has 2 catches this season. And 1 career receiving touchdown for Arcega-Whiteside. Have not seen him today. Minshew pump fakes. Keeps the play alive, and now we'll just throw it away with the pressure coming. Kyle Phillips, who is applying the pressure for the Jets defense.
You know, one of the hardest things when you are a young quarterback and you've been super successful at almost every level you've played. Gardner Minshew, when he was at Washington State for his senior year, led the nation in passing yardage. He had 4,700 yards passing. So he gets outside the pocket there, and that play is dead. Throw the ball away at the first time you're there, but he kind of backpacked a little bit, and then he realized, just get us to 3rd down, and maybe I can make something happen there.
3rd down and 9. Minshew throws. He's got Rager there. 1st down for the Eagles. It was actually Quez Watkins who had the catch. And a great job by Minshew to keep that play alive.
And to keep his eyes down the field. It would have been really tempting to try and take off and run and pick up the 10 yards with your legs. But Minshew used his arm, but he used his eyes, more importantly, to realize he had an open receiver.
Been a good day for Quez Watkins, a 28-yard pickup there. He now has 3 catches for 60 yards. Clutch 3rd down conversion for Philadelphia. Sanders again, caught at the line of scrimmage. Quincy Williams in on the stop as football's iconic show Inside the NFL is streaming Tuesdays at 9:30 on Paramount Plus. There's Jalen Hurts watching from the Philadelphia sideline. Threw a career-high 3 interceptions in this building last week in the loss to the Giants. Gainwell, the running back, on 2nd and 10. Minshew is taking a shot for the end zone, and it's broken up by Bryce Hall. Intended for Devontae Smith, and for Bryce Hall, that's his team-leading 10th pass breakup of the year.
And a great job by Bryce Hall playing Devontae Smith at the line of scrimmage, that turn and go. He gets that arm out there a little bit to impede the progress of Smith, but going stride for stride with one of the faster receivers in the league.
His young Jets secondary continues to grow. Hall is second-year man out of Virginia. And another 3rd and long from Minshew. It's 3rd and 10. Minshew looking for Goddard, incomplete, and a flag comes out. Bryce Hall had the coverage.
See, I think this is one where you need to have a conversation down there.
Pass interference. Defense, number 37. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul, automatic. First down.
You know, he has that hand on his arm. You see that all the time. It's not a real impediment. But Minshew gets the call, and he's happy about it.
Sure is. Robert Saleh not happy about it. I think we could read the lips there. Big call in the game, no doubt about that. On 3rd down and 10. Jets were hoping to hold the Eagles to a field goal, and they still can. The ball's at the 7-yard line, but Saleh thought it was good coverage. A 21-yard penalty.
And this scene right here, where they are going over to talk to Robert Saleh, shows you the respect that he has with the officials around the league. Only in his first year, you know, they noticed him when he was a coordinator on the sidelines for the 49ers, and he would speak up when it was important, but he wouldn't ride the officials.
Yeah, he said he's the world's biggest cheerleader on game day. He's not really cheering right now.
And I think he has a legitimate point about whether or not that was pass interference, because defensive back's kind of starting to turn to locate the ball. And really, the tight end couldn't locate the ball because it was so severely underthrown.
Jets nickelback Michael Carter is in the blue medical tent right now, so he's not out there for 1st and goal as the Eagles are set to run the 11th play of this drive. Sanders. He sneaks his way to the 6. Trying to get that first touchdown of the season. For Sanders, his last touchdown was December 27th last year at Dallas. Second and goal. Sanders. Somebody lost a shoe. Javelin Guidry on the tackle, and that is Miles Sanders, whose right cleat came off. Oh, no, it's not Sanders. Quinnen Williams, and now he's coming off the field.
Yeah, I saw that 15 down there, and I'm going, Miles Sanders wears size 15s, and he's only 5'11"?
Well, yeah, we're joking about it, but now on 3rd and goal, the Jets don't have one of their best defensive players on the field in Quinnen Williams. Minshew has time. Keeping it alive, chased by Blair, and he lost the football out of bounds. Great job by the Jets defense. It was Shaq Lawson at the end of that play who forced Minshew out. Ronald Blair also applying pressure. And the Eagles field goal unit comes out.
I wonder when the last time Gardner Minshew ran the scramble drill with the starting wide receivers. He's probably doing it a lot. as the scout team quarterback, but that's with the backup receivers and the guys on the practice squad. And that time he didn't realize soon enough that the play was dead. Just throw the ball away, take the field goal attempt.
32-yard attempt for Jake Elliott. This would make it a 2-score game with 6:40 to go in the third quarter. And the kick is good. That drive took up more than half of the third quarter. It results in 3, and it's 27-18. An 8-minute and 22-second drive for the Eagles. That's their longest this season. 14 plays, and it results in 3 points. They lead it 27-18. Braxton Berrios back deep to receive the kick from Jake Elliott. Berrios, 2 yards in his own end zone. He'll take it out. Had the big return earlier to start the game. And another nice one up across the 30 for Braxton Berrios, a 33-yard return. Well, next Saturday, 3 Eastern on CBS, right here at MetLife Stadium, the college football regular season concludes with one of the oldest and most respected rivalries in sports, the annual Army-Navy game. Live coverage begins at 2:30 Eastern with College Football Today, a game of honor. Army-Navy Saturday on CBS. And the Eagles, Brett Toth on their practice squad, and Elijah Riley, we talked about him earlier, playing at Army. We know who they are rooting for. Such a great rivalry right here in New Jersey next Saturday. Wilson's first pass up in the air and out of bounds. Tevin Coleman should have had that one.
This drive is so critical for the Jets to be able to respond. That time-consuming drive, you also need to give your defense a chance to regroup, get some rest. Take a look at all those plays that the Eagles ran against them, and that takes a while.
Been a long time since the Jets not only had the ball, but got a first down. Coleman on the carry, and Alex Singleton catches him from behind. Injury update. Let's check in with Amanda.
Yeah, some bad news for the Eagles defense. Steven Nelson and Patrick Johnson, who we said was questionable, have now both been downgraded to out. And then for the Jets, Michael Carter was in the medical tent. He is now in the locker room being evaluated for a concussion. He is questionable to return, guys.
And Amanda, as you were giving that report, Corey Davis limped off the field for the Jets. He did not play last week because of a groin injury, was questionable today. We watched him practice on Friday in Florham Park. Looked pretty good, but something went wrong on that last run by Davis. And now the Jets looking at 3rd and 7. Play clock at 1. What a mess, and a timeout called by the Jets.
You know, getting back to Corey Davis, he tried to stay warm during pregame, but he couldn't.
Timeout Jets. We're back in a moment. Liberty Science Center here in New Jersey, all set for the holidays, as Corey Davis is still on the Jets sideline after limping off the field that previous play. After the timeout, 3rd down and 7 for the Jets. Wilson fires over the middle, nearly intercepted. TJ Edwards dove for it, and it's 4th down. That is the second 3 and out by the Jets today.
Trying to squeeze it into a tight space to your #1 receiver Elijah Moore, but that underneath coverage, following the eyes of the quarterback, hard to squeeze it in there.
And the Jets right guard Laurent Duvernay-Tardif is still down on the ground. 3rd consecutive start after being acquired in a trade with Kansas City. And while they take a look, we'll step aside. 4th down when we come back. Back here at MetLife Stadium, where a lot of Eagles fans have taken over MetLife. 5:39 to go, 3rd quarter, and the Jets will be punting after a 3 and out. Minshew ready to go back out there. Duvernay-Tardif just walked off into the blue medical tent on the Jets sideline. Man punting to Rager, and that is a high, short kick. Takes a Jets hop inside the 35. Braden Mann has really struggled since coming back from that knee injury in week 1. Had a net of 32 yards last week. 33-yard punt right there. See the passing yards, different story today for Philadelphia with Gardner Minshew in there.
You know, it's the efficiency of the pass game. When we had looked at Jalen Hurts, he had 2 games during the regular season where he was 70% completions, but 2 games where he was under 50% completions. He was under 60% for the entire year. Minshew lighting it up, 15 out of 18.
Sanders up the middle and taken down from behind by Fatukasi. Jets defense needs to make a play right here. That long Eagles drive to begin the half. You look at the clock, 5:15 and counting. Jets down 2 scores. Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator. Great performance a week ago against the Texans, but they need a play here. 2nd and 7. It's Watkins in motion. Sanders is open out of the backfield, and Sanders has the first down. Tackled by Javelin Guidry after an 8-yard gain.
So much attention to Devontae Smith. When he comes down inside, both defenders end up inside with him, and then that little swing pass to the outside. That is so elementary. You get a little 7-yard hook, swing pass to the running back, and you catch him in stride. So that accuracy of that ball by Gardner Minshew is really important on that throw.
That was the 100th catch of Sanders' career, now in his 3rd season out of Penn State. He has 91 scrimmage yards today as Gainwell is tripped up and then gets up to the 45-yard line, a loss of 1. Shaq Lawson on the tackle for the Jets.
Well, that's a nice start to this portion of the drive for the Jets. You get them in 2nd and 11. Now you have a situation where you're thinking, if you're a defensive lineman, we got to really get off and get after the passer here.
Minshew on the move, now throws and completes this one at midfield. Nice move by Rager, who then moves out of bounds. That'll make it 3rd and manageable for Philadelphia.
Minshew, nice job, eyes down the field. Is only 6'1", throws that ball up over the top. The defensive lineman, nice stop and start move by Rager.
3rd down and 3. Eagles 5 out of 7 on 3rd down today. Jets fans making some noise for this defense with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Here comes the pressure. Minshew hangs in there, fires, and it's broken up. Ashton Davis got a hand on that one. Intended for Devontae Smith, but credit Davis for making a big play.
Oh, it might have been just the slightest movement
Slight
forward.
movement, but
Yep.
Robert Saleh has a point. That's the 4th Philly first down by penalty. And the drive continues with 2:52 to go. Boston Scott in at running back. Low snap and some trickery here. How about this? All the way back to Minshew and just throws it away. And the Jets want intentional grounding. Minshew's pointing to Rager, who was in the vicinity.
No foul for grounding as number 18 was in the area.
Yeah,
2nd down.
That's Rager. Bryce Hall and Quinton Williams were applying the pressure.
Now, the interesting thing about all those laterals and all that, if one of the guys who had not taken the snap from center had thrown that ball into the ground like Minshew did, he's not afforded that quarterback grounding rule that the quarterback is. So, you know, was that a triple reverse?
Yeah, you know, and seeing the replay too, Rager wasn't really close to where that ball ended up. The Eagles may have gotten away with one there. Minshew comes back and throws a completion. He's been in rhythm today as Goddard has another catch, and with that catch, he now has a new career high in receiving. 105 yards today for Dallas Goedert.
And the Eagles are right on that range where they can gain a yard or two. This is 4-down territory.
53-yard field goal from here. 3rd down and 3. Another low snap. Minshew to Devontae Smith, hit hard and short of a 1st down. Quincy Williams makes the play. It'll be 4th and short for Philadelphia. And let's see what Sirianni decides. It appears the offense is staying out there again.
I talked about in the lofty goals that be aggressive. You're trying to get into that playoff mode. Every game for the Eagles is a must-win game.
So instead of a field goal for Elliott, they line up to go for it on 4th and 1. It would be a 51-yard attempt, and way before the play, a timeout was called.
Prior to the snap, timeout Philadelphia. Their first 30-second timeout.
So Sirianni calls the timeout before 4th down and 1. And while we have a moment, let's check in with Amanda. She's got another injury update.
I do. On Jets guard Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, it is his right ankle. He's questionable to return, but I can tell you he's standing outside the blue medical tent right now, testing if that ankle is good enough to go back in. As for Corey Davis, they said there's no update. He's been testing that hamstring on the sideline, had his helmet on to go back in, so we should expect to see him back.
All right, it's good news for the Jets. Thank you very much, Amanda. Philadelphia has the 2nd worst 4th down conversion percentage this year, just 28%. They're 4 out of 14. Lining up to go for it here on 4th and 1.
And all they've done is flop the formation and personnel.
Minshew trying to do it himself, runs into his own man, but I still think he's got enough. No signal yet. Miles Sanders helped push him forward.
Somewhere in the next 10 years, they're going to put a chip in the ball and be able to tell you if you gained 10 yards or not.
And we still do not have word. I'm going to call for a measurement. See, Minshew ran right into the rookie tight end, Jack Stoll. Looks like he's
right
got
there. It looked like he was, if that's where the ball is spotted. Oh, stretching out a little farther than what we expected.
And now you could have a case where Sirianni throws the challenge flag.
He's listening to his guys upstairs, trying to find out. There he goes.
Yeah, he's getting it ready. He's had a lot of success on challenges this year as well. He's 3 out of 4. Go to a timeout, see if he throws the flag. We'll tell you right after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure.
Late 3rd quarter, and Nick Sirianni has thrown the challenge flag. He is challenging the spot on that last 4th down play. 3 out of 4 on challenges this season. Gene Steratore is with us. How do you see it, Gene?
Well, naturally, a very close play, Andrew, and it is very difficult, and something really clear and obvious shows on replay to, after review, look at a play like this and come out and move the football 2 inches or 3 inches. So it is, no pun intended, a big challenge for officials to come off of a screen like that, go back onto the field and adjust the football by 1 inch or 2. I think Coach Sirianni's big question during the timeout to Clay Martin was, is forward progress reviewable? And in the instance of a first down or a score, it is. And we can see Gardner Minshew get slowed up a little. Then he gets stopped for a minute and nudges ahead a little bit more than that. But I don't know that they'll be able to adjust the football and make another measurement or change this original call because of those reasons.
Yeah, tough one, Gene.
Gene, I'm curious, as they look at the replay, are they going to use the yellow lines that we impose on the field when they look at the assessment as whether or not they're past the first down marker?
That's a great question, James, but they won't use the lines. They will just use the ball as it relates to another fixed point on the field. And again, if they see something that allows them to adjust based on things that are literal and on the field, they'll make that adjustment. If it's not clear and obvious, they won't go down that path of walking out and trying to move a football again by an inch or two. These are hard plays to win in review.
And they're still taking a look at it.
And both teams' offenses are on the field. So, you know, I think each coach is saying that, well, I got it.
Yeah, you got Minshew and Zach Wilson out there.
After review, the runner did make the line to gain by getting the ball inside the 33-yard line. It'll be first down. Please set the game clock to 121. Wow. This is a successful challenge, and Philadelphia will not be charged a timeout.
Gene, you don't see that very often, but they overturn it.
No, I agree with you, Andrew. And, you know, we had the good fortune of having a very good shot down the line, almost directly down the line, where angles weren't being in a place where they could be confusing or misread. They've obviously looked at where Minshew was when his forward progress was officially finished and then laid that down. I'm surprised he didn't go out and respot the football and remeasure. They just awarded him a first down based on review, which is a first for me of seeing something like that done when it's overturned.
Wow, that's a great point, too. Usually you'd see them remeasure, but they don't even do that. All right, Gene, thank you very much. Great stuff. I don't think that Robert Saleh has enjoyed the officiating today. First down and 10.
And it's a tough pill for your defense to swallow when they felt like we made a great stop on fourth down. We got them off the field. Now you have to trot back out there and try and do it all over again.
They run it on first down with Sanders. He crosses the 30, and we're going to go across the river. JB and Boomer with an NFL Today update.
Cincy, 22 straight.
How about Joe Mixon, 7-yard TD run right up the middle. They went for two. That 2-point conversion failed. Chargers now lead 24-22. Back to Andrew and James.
All right, guys, little comeback there in Cincinnati.
There was more life in Boomer's voice.
Yes.
With that part of the
no doubt.
game.
Sanders again has had some success running up the middle against this Jets defense. Guidry on the tackle.
And it's kind of just those double team blocks, the little cross blocks. But right there in that middle, that offensive line is so agile for big guys that they really are able to get guys off their spots. Sometimes you fake a pull and you run behind that puller.
Eagles do not have to snap the football here. Porter could run out. If you're saying, geez, it feels like the Jets didn't have the ball much this quarter. Well, you're right. They had it for a total of 70 seconds in the third quarter. We are through three. Philadelphia leads 27-18. You're watching the NFL on CBS. It's the start of quarter number 4. Philadelphia leads 27-18. We told you going to break, only a minute and 10 seconds time of possession for the Jets in the third quarter. In real time, they don't have a first down in an hour and a half. Third down and 2 to open up the quarter. Miles Sanders on the carry, stuffed. The initial contact was made by Ronald Blair, who's off the practice squad yesterday, and now it's fourth down, and out comes the kicker, Jake Elliott.
You know, you talk about get off, and once in a while you can get off the line of scrimmage, get in those gaps, make a stop in the backfield, force a field goal, get those hands up in the middle, block the field goal, run it down for a touchdown. Jets need all of the above.
It'll be a 43-yard attempt for Jake Elliott, who's already 2 out of 2 today. And Elliott's streak continues. He has now made 14 consecutive field goals, and the lead is a dozen for the Eagles. Stay tuned for the NFL Today update. Time permitting, JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cower have all the latest NFL scores and highlights. Our producer today is Steve McKee. Our director, Andy Goldberg. Our statistician is Mike Notaro, whose mother, Betty, is a big Eagles fan, and she is watching intently, texting Michael updates about her Eagles. A touchback. And let's go to New York. NFL Today update with JB and Boomer.
Miami looking for its 5th in a row.
How about this, JB? Tua Tagovailoa, 28 of 37, 211 yards and 2 TDs. This is one to Isaiah Ford. They extend their lead over the Giants, 17-6.
Back to Andrew Catalog.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Dolphins making a move in the AFC East. A big one tomorrow night in the division between the Patriots and Bills. So the Jets, with a touchdown in each of their first 3 drives. Since then, they've gone backwards. Trying to get something going here, and Corey Davis cannot reel it in. Chased by Alex Singleton. And Davis is still down on the Jets sideline.
You don't get a lot of linebackers, and I see Davis limited as he gets up, who are as fast as Singleton and can run with a wide receiver, and he's tall enough where you have to throw that ball over the top. Singleton spent 3 years playing in Canada, and that's all you do is throw the ball up there, so his coverage ability is rare.
Won the Grey Cup with Calgary and leads the team in tackles this season. 2nd down and 10. Austin Walter at running back for the Jets. Over the middle. What a strike. Wilson to Moore. His helmet came off at the end, but he's pumped up. He's got to be careful. Spike the ball down.
That was a spike spin. But you are right. You know, sometimes just knowing the subtleties of the rules, you can spin that ball, but you can't spike it.
No penalty marker, an 18-yard pickup. And again, that's an important part of this Jets' future. Wilson to Moore, 62 yards receiving today. Pitch to Walter. He throws it back to Wilson, looking for Griffin, and he's got him. So Mike LaFleur, who's shown a lot more creativity lately, gets a nice little chunk play there, but now there's some concern for Griffin, who's down on the ground on the Philly sideline. Jets are already down a tight end today. Trayvon Wesco is out injured. And now Griffin is in some pain. Tyler Kroft already on injured reserve for the Jets, so it's a position they're not very deep in. A 14-yard pickup there. And while they look at Griffin, we'll take a timeout, come right back after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Grey Goose Vodka. Vive le Martini. Allstate. Save money like a champion with Allstate. And by DirecTV Stream. Get your TV together.
7 first-year NFL coaches this season, including Nick Sirianni and Robert Saleh. And Robert Saleh interviewed with the Jets. The next day, he interviewed with the Eagles, and then the Jets offered him the job. Wilson throws this one to the ground. Griffin hobbled off, but now the Jets are really limited at tight end. They've got Kenny Yeboah, a rookie who doesn't have a catch this year, and Daniel Brown, who was promoted off the practice squad yesterday. He's also without a catch this season. And we've got Greg Van Roden in at right guard as Duvernay Tardif has not returned.
Got Mims in for Davis. Davis has been in and out since he went out a while ago.
2nd down and 10. Wilson fires another pass, but a little bit off the mark there. Elijah Moore was open and could not bring it in.
Elijah Moore missed a lot of work during training camp in the preseason. Zach Wilson missed work during the regular season. And that timing between the two isn't always there, but the chemistry is. Because Elijah Moore said when Zach Wilson came back to work last week, it was all smiles. They were all happy to be back together, knowing that those two have an immediate future together.
Wilson started 10 out of 11, but since then he's 4 for 10. And now it's 3rd and 10. Wilson sails that, and it's picked off. Marcus Epps with the interception, and that was a bad pass by Zach Wilson. 3rd career interception for Marcus Epps. th interception this season thrown by Zach Wilson.
You'll normally hear people talk about don't be late down the middle. That ball has to be thrown with a little more anticipation and away from that defender, not trying to sail it over the head. You don't have a tall receiver there in the middle. That ball just goes right over the head of Crowder.
Javon Hargrave was applying the pressure for the Philadelphia defense, and it helps result in a turnover. And the Eagles right back out on the field. They have dominated time of possession in this second half, and Sanders rips off the nice run to start the drive. Quincy Williams on the tackle. Miles Sanders closing in on a 100-yard rushing day. He's got 85 on the ground. Some Jets fans are headed out. See the time of possession this half, just over 2 minutes for the Jets. Second down and 2. Sanders picks up the first down and more. Sanders at midfield, still going, and Bryce Hall sends him down. And that run puts Sanders over 100 yards rushing for the day. 4th time in his career he's done that.
Jordan Mailata coming around 6'5", conservatively 365 pounds, moving really well. And he is what we call in the business a road grader. And then you look at C.J. Mosley trying to come up and make a play there, but you can't get through a brick wall.
Season-long 34-yard run from Miles Sanders. Eagles using some clock now as Gainwell had the carry. And that's a notable 100-yard day for the Eagles because they had gone 15 consecutive games without a 100-yard rusher, tied for the 3rd longest active streak with the Jets. It's the first time since week 14 a year ago against New Orleans when both Hurts and Sanders went over 100 yards rushing.
And the crazy thing about that is they're #1 in the league in rushing.
Gainwell again.
How can you not want a running back that says Gainwell?
NFL Today update. JB and Boomer.
Capitalize on mistakes.
Man, turnovers kill you. Here comes Joe Mixon, and that's going to be Christian Covington forcing the fumble. Tevon Campbell's going to pick it up, and this is going to lead to a 61-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Add the extra point. Chargers extend early 31-22. Back to Andrew, James, and Amanda.
All right, guys, thank you. Chargers right in the thick of it in the AFC. Trying to get to 7-5. 3rd down and 5 for Minshew.
You got to start to gamble a little bit if you're on the Jet side. Get after Minshew.
gets rid of it, caught by Sanders, and he is tackled short of a first down. And now Sanders is slow to get up. You can hear him screaming in pain. He missed 3 games with an ankle injury and was limited in practice on Wednesday because of the ankle.
And it's a low tackle, so you're going to watch those ankles to see if he comes down on it right here when he goes up in the air, or if he gets hit on it by C.J. Mosley.
Yep, the latter. And you can see the concern for Sanders on the Philadelphia sideline. Already without their leading rusher in Jalen Hurts, and Sanders is their second leading rusher. And needs help to come off. That's not a good sign for Miles Sanders and the Eagles. They do have a bye next week with the extra game this season. There are some teams that have a week 14 bye, which is the latest possible, and the Eagles are one of those teams. Elliott is out to attempt a 46-yard field goal. He is 3 for 3 today. To make it a 15-point game, so still 2 scores. But time is working against the Jets. And this one is good. So number 4 with his 4th field goal today. And it's now 33-18 Philly on CBS.
Finale Wednesday, 9/8 Central on CBS.
Nick Sirianni trying to get the Eagles to 6-7 going into their bye. Much has been made. They don't have to get on an airplane the rest of the regular season. Their remaining schedule after the bye: 2 against Washington, at home for the Giants in Dallas. Got to finish off the Jets first. It's still a 2-score game with 9:42 to go. Berrios will let it fly, and we'll send it down to Amanda for some injury updates.
Yeah, a couple more updates. Wide receiver Corey Davis is questionable to return with a groin injury. Ryan Griffin also questionable to return with a knee injury. Miles Sanders is out of the blue medical tent. He is on the bench. Nick Sirianni came over to talk to him, but he was hobbling pretty badly, guys.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. Thank you, Amanda. You know, James, one guy I thought maybe we'd see more of today is Denzel Mims. With Keelan Cole on reserve COVID, Mims back in action, but he has not have a catch so far today. Tevin Coleman on the ground to start this drive across the 30 and up to the 33-yard line. Darius Slay on the tackle.
And that kind of takes the Jets back to the first page of the ball game when Tevin Coleman was handling the ball and he was giving them good second down runs, good third down runs. Had an injured Eagle down on the field. Is that Milton Williams?
Yep, the rookie out of Louisiana Tech, a 3rd-round pick this year. So both teams' training staffs have been very busy this afternoon. And Williams will slowly walk off. Wilson with 2 touchdown passes and the interception on the previous drive. Trying to get something going with 9:26 to go. Second and 2. Right back to Coleman. He picks up the first down and more. Flag is down. Big hit at midfield. Denzel Mims may be called for the penalty. And it looks like this one's coming back. A 17-yard run by Tevin Coleman.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block. Offense, number 11. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We'll replay the down.
It is on Denzel Mims, and that's not what I had in mind when I said I'm surprised we haven't called his name much today.
And it is the details of just knowing the rule book, knowing that that could be a potential blindside block where you don't want to block back towards your own goal line. Denzel Mims is here. Let's see what he does in his blocking assignment. He's going to drive him to the field, gets him on the shoulder. I don't know if I love that call, but what he's got to do as he's coming off the line of scrimmage is go for the inside peck of Darius Slay. Not stay outside of him and try and crack back on him.
So that wipes out his 17-yard run. It's 2nd and 15. Pressure coming. Wilson's able to get rid of it. Connecting with Crowder. And Crowder picks up the first down. Let's have another update. Here's JB and Boomer in New York.
14 straight by the Chargers.
That's right. 1-yard plunge by Austin Eckler right here. They extend their lead over the Bengals, 38-22. Justin Herbert, 25 and 34, 315 and 3 TDs. Back to you guys at the Meadowlands.
All right, guys, thank you. Jets going no huddle here. Wilson gets rid of it. That's Walter to midfield. Another Jets first down. Darius Slay on the tackle. 11-yard pickup for Austin Walter.
Little hurry up, make sure the communication, everybody knows what to do as soon as they get lined up.
Screen to Walter. Not much doing this time. A loss of 1 on the play. Teron Jackson, the rookie out of Coastal Carolina, makes the tackle.
Now, this may sound like an odd statement, but when you run a screen as the back who's receiving it, you've got to know if it's zone or man. If it's zone, you probably don't want to cut back inside because that's where the defenders are. If it's man-to-man, you're probably going to run outside.
Second and 11. Wilson on the move, zips one to Moore, who picks up the first down. And that's what Robert Saleh and Zach Wilson have talked a lot about. Try to run the offense in rhythm, go through your progressions. If it breaks down, then use your escapability and big play ability to make a play like that, a 15-yard pickup.
But you've got to be settled in the pocket that you can go first read to second read, then get out of the pocket if you need to.
Wilson in trouble, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave with the sack for Philadelphia. It almost looked like Wilson wanted to do what he did last week when he flicked the ball and it was an interception, and to his credit, he thought better of it. Right there, looked like he almost thought about it to Ty Johnson.
And those linebackers, T.J. Edwards and Alex Singleton, did a nice job kind of matching the back as he came out, because they're in zone coverage, but if that back is in their area, they're going to go to him. Edwards did a nice job kind of hugging up on him late, prevented the throw by Wilson.
They're splitting the sack between Sweat and Hargrave. 2nd and 15. Wilson, another strike to the 31. A flag comes in from the secondary. Pass is caught by Jeff Smith, his first catch today. And now let's see what the penalty marker is.
You know, this is a tough one for the wide receiver because you want the reception, but you realize that the penalty is going to get your team a first down. See, the holding, if it's holding, it's going to be only 5 yards, but it'll be a first down.
Before the pass was thrown, holding, defense, number 27. 5-yard penalty at the previous spot, automatic, first down.
See, the receiver's going, hey, I just caught a 15-yard pass. You're taking that away from me.
Especially Jeff Smith, who only has 6 catches all year. Penalties on Zach McPherson, the rookie out of Texas Tech. Inside 6 minutes to play. Jets have 2 timeouts remaining. Wilson taking a deep shot down the field, and it is incomplete. Moore had a good look at it, could not advantage for Philadelphia.
Slay, excellent in coverage, but if you're looking at Moore, going, here's the guy who's only 5'10". Look at him go up, try and high point that ball, but Slay gets that arm in between the two hands of the wide receiver and pokes it out.
Slay having a big year for the Eagles, the only defensive player in the NFL to score 3 touchdowns this season. 2nd and 10. Wilson too high, and that's incomplete. And Ty Johnson was open, but Wilson again too high on the release.
Sometimes when you've got to throw over defenders like he did right there with guys coming in his face, that ball is going to be a little bit high.
So many times this year with Wilson, you've heard he's got to make the easy ones easy.
Yeah.
And that was a case of that right there. Four down territory for the Jets with 5.5 to go. 3rd down and 10. Wilson looking deep, nobody home. Moore was the intended target. He's pleading his case for a penalty. He's not going to get it. And Robert Saleh has run out onto the field. He's had just about enough of this officiating.
Moore is thinking that he was held. He's not real demonstrative about it. Robert Saleh is pleading his case. There's Moore. Does he get a little tug? I mean, that's more than 5 yards down the field, so that's contact with an invisible contact also.
And now 4th and 10, the Jets will go for it. Wilson on the move and incomplete with the pressure coming. Ryan Kerrigan was applying the pressure for the Eagles, and it's a turnover on downs.
Disappointing drive for the Jets. You have a chance to kind of close this game. 2-score game. You've got to take advantage of every opportunity. You're past midfield. You really can't convert.
Even if that pass was complete, Johnson was nowhere near the 1st down marker. .523 to go, and Minshew back out there. Eagles will try to work some more clock. Gainwell on the carry and spun down by Franklin Myers. All right, James, let's revisit your keys to the game.
Yeah, let's see if I had 1 out of 4 right. I talked about for the Eagles, get that lead early. They did that. They had 24 first-half points, and they played aggressive, going for it a couple times on 4th down. The Jets wanted them to win the turnover battle. Wilson had an interception today, but it was the Jets' only turnover of the day. They just haven't been able to take the ball away from the Eagles.
19 unanswered points for Philadelphia. Bring up 3rd down. And James, you know, we did a number of Jaguars games when Minshew was the quarterback down there. Such great personality. I mean, here's a guy that didn't even watch the NFL draft. He was playing cornhole with his friends during the draft, gave his sister his phone and said, hey, if anybody calls me, let me know. The Jaguars called. They drafted him in the 6th round. We know about the mustache, the jorts. I mean, he's just such a unique guy, and this is going to be a popular win for Minshew in that Philadelphia locker room. Running it on 3rd and 6, Gainwell, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. Let's check in with Amanda.
Andrew, you talk about Gardner Minshew. Well, it's already Minshew madness when it comes to these Eagles fans. Before the game, there were guys dressed up as Gardner with the mullet. They had the mustache. They also had a massive sign with his face painted on it. Tons of fans are wearing Minshew jerseys. So Minshew madness is real no matter what team he's on.
Yeah, I think my favorite Minshew story is when he told us that he tried to break his own hand at East Carolina so he could get a medical redshirt season. I mean, you can't make that up.
No, you don't want to make that up.
No.
You don't want to do it either.
That's true, too. Gainwell again, sliding down inbounds. Smart play. And a first down for Kenneth Gainwell. Yeah, there's some of the Minshew mania here at MetLife. And he did tell us before the game that his father, Flint, is somewhere in MetLife Stadium. His dad makes it to almost all of his games. Actually had a tough time last year, as we know, because of the pandemic. Most stadiums did not allow people in. But Flint is here to see Gardner win his first start as an Eagle. It's the Gainwell show with Miles Sanders injuring that ankle earlier. And a timeout has been called by the Jets with 2:06 to go. And it looks like it's going to be the same old here, as the Eagles will go to 12-0 against the Jets.
Was that Roman Gabriel to Harold Carmichael?
The first ever meeting was 73 at the Vet. Eagles won 24-23.
So that was Boomer Esiason to Eric Allen. Wrong team, Boomer.
It is the most wins without a loss in any all-time series among current NFL franchises. Elijah Moore told us on Friday that the Jets coaching staff did relay that stat to the team, and Moore couldn't believe it. He's only been here a few months, but
that guy can't believe it either.
No, or maybe he can believe it.
You know, you watch the Jets today, and did they make a little progress? They made a little progress in how they played in the first half. Weren't able to convert it into a second half performance. So you got to kind of look at the film, grade it, and also look for improvement where you can find it.
It was like the George Costanza for the Jets today. The opposite. Usually they're bad in the first half, good in the second half. Today, the other way around, and now
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Kelce.
Jason Kelce. I'm sorry.
Oh man, it was a right knee injury that he suffered last week against the Giants. Here it appeared he was grabbing his left leg. 2-minute warning here at MetLife.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL, and by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Desperate for that bye next week. It's time. Hopefully it's nothing too serious for Kelce, and a little extra rest next week will help them get ready for the final 4 games, as Philadelphia will go to 6-7. Bad snap over the head of Minshew, and he's able to fall on it wisely and not trying to pick it up and do anything with it. So new center, because Kelce's out. It was Herbig, and that's what happens. Well, coming up next, we shift our focus to a key battle in the AFC North with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens taking on Big Ben and the Steelers. The hunt for the playoffs continues on the NFL on CBS. Jets called a timeout. You can see Herbig is fired up after that snap. He did play some center last week against the Giants when Kelsey went out. And here's a guy we haven't said his name all day, Aaron Sipos, because
he has gone into the locker room and he had to come back out.
It's a good job to have on a day like this. Jets are now out of timeouts. Berrios with a fair catch at his own 19-yard line. So it seems like it's going to be another one of those Sundays here in New York where both the Jets and Giants lose. The Giants losing to the Dolphins today. Well, Zach Wilson got off to a great start, but the second half has not been good for the Jets rookie.
When we talked about what halftime adjustments would the Eagles make, and one of the things that they did, they took away the screen passes. Their defensive linemen, once they felt like it wasn't really pass blocking, they would look for the screen receiver, and that thwarted a lot of the Jets' attempts to throw those screen passes.
Wilson completes that one, and it's Mims. First catch today by Denzel Mims in just his 8th of the year. Jets cannot stop the clock with 1:30 to play. Wilson over the middle, and that one is caught for a first down. Jamison Crowder on the catch, and meanwhile, Kelsey is slowly walking into the Philadelphia locker room. Wilson again over the middle, and it's broken up, incomplete. Rodney McLeod was able to close on that. And Rodney wearing cleats for his nonprofit foundation that he founded with his wife Erica, Change Our Future, which helps to empower youth through education. Rodney and his wife Erica have done a great job with that foundation and wearing the cleats to continue to promote the good that they do.
I think that My Cause, My Cleats started in 2016, and it has really expanded and really elevated the profile of a lot of the players and what they're working for outside of just working to play football.
Wilson throws on the run deep for more, and it's incomplete. You saw the arm strength there of Zach Wilson.
He just flicked that ball about 60 yards in the air right there. You know, we asked him, were you a baseball player? Because, you know, dipping the arm, throwing sidearm and different things like that. He said, not really. So these are a lot of things that he has developed as a young quarterback and working on it, working on the arm angles, working on being able to throw on the run.
I think the one good thing for Wilson today, there were some good things that he did, but one of them is that he didn't show any signs that that knee injury was bothering him. He told us that he's wearing a brace on the knee for the first time in his life, and he felt slower with it on, but we haven't seen him limping at all around today as Ty Johnson makes the catch. 40 seconds to go.
The receivers are pretty far down the field. He's got to give them a chance to get back, catch their breath, and get lined up.
It is 4th down and 3. Wilson is chased, throws on the run, completes it to Johnson. That's good for a first down. TJ Edwards on the tackle. Again, Jets cannot stop the clock with 15 seconds to go. And Wilson will spike it with 11 seconds to play. Jets are going to be right back here at MetLife next Sunday, and so will we, as they take on the Saints on CBS. All smiles for the mustache man, Gardner Minshew. And let's update the NFC playoff picture, giving the Eagles the win. So for the moment, they move into the 7th and final playoff spot. And a bye coming next week.
Eagles 7 points last week against the Giants and 33 today against the Jets.
Big hit on Berrios. And that should be the final play of the game after the tackle by Avante Maddox. That'll do it. No Jalen Hurts today, but Gardner Minshew steps up in a big way. 20 out of 25 for 242 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Eagles win it 33-18. Let's go to James Brown in New York.